Hi, this is Mr. Ford again, and today we're going to be going through some bar charts. We're going to slightly look at histograms as well, just so you can recognize and understand them, but there's just an example there for you. So bar charts are used when we have nominal data generally. So whenever there's nominal data, we'd have to use a bar chart. It can be used for ordinal data as well, and sometimes for discrete data when you're doing quantitative studies. But nominal data is really useful for bar charts because you won't be able to order it in a certain way, and the gaps. So you leave gaps to represent that there's no links between each one. Okay. There's also it's really good because what you can do is if you have three things that you want to compare them to each other, and you don't want to have clashing interests, you can have a comparative bar chart, and you can have another line graph with the frequencies going across it, and that's a really nice way to show different results across the study because you can clearly see all three without confusing different colored lines. But yeah, there's lots of things you can do. Now, important thing is whenever you're doing bar charts, it's just like when we're doing scales, they have to have equal widths. So they have to be the same thickness. They have to have equal gaps between the bars. And then you have your frequency up the side on your y-axis. That's when bar charts are usually used for frequency. So when you have frequency going up the side, they need to be obviously as normal an equal scale. Now, the reason is when we look at histograms, we'll talk about why it's really important that they have equal width. Generally, you want them to be just the same thickness. So let's have a look straight. I've got two different types of bar charts or styles. We have a bar chart and we'll have a pyramid. So it's very simple, but the pulse here, so we're going to look at this data. The pulse rate was measured for a person doing some exercises. The table shows the results. These were attained while at rest, writing, cleaning the floor, wallpapering, walking fast, and rowing a boat. We are then given graph paper to draw this bar chart for the results obtained there. And this is what we have. Okay, all we need to do is draw it in. So what we've got is we've got rest. At rest, it was 70. So first thing, just like normal, we need to figure out the scale. If you notice, it starts at 60. This is 80, which means that there is a gap of 20. You'll also notice the next one is the same. If you have a look, it's 10 boxes, which represents 20. Another 10 boxes, which represents 20. So let's figure it out now. I know I've said it's 10, but let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 boxes, which means each box has to be 2. 62, 4, 6, 8, 70. 2, 4, 6, 8, 80. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then I'm just going to fill those in there. Okay. Now we're going to do this. Now this is what I mean by nominal data. So rest, writing, cleaning. Now these are going to be in an order, but really they're results of what gives us this order, our frequency. But there's no reason why should cleaning the floor be before wallpapering. There's no reason that you can order these before the data comes in. So this is nominal, which means when we draw our bar charts, they have to have gaps between them. Now, we don't want to make them too thin, so we just want to make them a decent size. But let's just make them, I'm going to make mine 4 wide. Let's make them 6 wide. Okay, it's going to go up to 70. So you go up to 70 using your ruler. And then I always shade them in just lightly because it's really easy to see that then. Then the next one. So generally what I would do is I'd actually draw my bar chart and then write that in. But since we've got this in the middle here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 is there. 1, 2, 3 is there. So that's I have equal width. This is 6 across the bottom. And then I need to check my writing. Writing was 85. So have a look. So this is going to go up to 80. It'll be 82, 84. 85 is half between it and the next one. So this one's going to go up to there. Using a ruler so it's nice and even. shade it in. Okay, we have cleaning the floor, and that's all you do. You slowly go one by one and go through it. So I'm going to pick the middle. Go 1, 2, 3. Okay, walking fast. Now we have a little difference here. I'll just leave a bigger gap. And what did I do here? If you have a look, this mark here measures 130, and the boxes are 2, so it's 2 boxes above that. And then rowing the boat. And then I'm going to use some, then I go to 140, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 2. And now I'm going to draw some boxes for this. Okay, and do that there. This is why you want to make sure there's equal gaps, but I'm restricted by the way they've written our questions, our categories at the bottom here. Same thing, because of the way the scale is, I'd make sure it's always within half a square or you will lose a mark. And there is my bar chart. Okay. You could straight away, it's a lot easier to look at this than the data above. You could say the highest pulse per minute was for rowing a boat, lowest was when we were at rest. Okay, and that's why we use a bar chart. Okay, in a moment I'm going to show you a different style, but I want you to try doing the first bar chart underneath and then just making comparisons. Apologies, right underneath is the next one, but you could try doing the first one, which is underneath this on the bar chart, but this one's known as a pyramid. So this is specifically for biology, but what we'll do here is we're going to go through this. The first thing, we've got a bit of math. So it says estimated number in the field, biomass for one organism per n kilograms. So if there's 2 of them, each of them weigh 1 kilogram, there's going to be total mass is going to be 2 kilograms. And then this one here, there's 200, each of them weigh 0.04, but I'm going to get a mass of 8 kilograms. Okay, so that means now the next thing is we want to do a pyramid. So a pyramid is just exactly as you think. It should have the biggest on the bottom, the smallest on the top. So the biggest on the bottom is this one here, our fallen wheat grains for 24 kilograms. So how do we do it? If you have a look, we want to represent 24. So that means we probably want, if we put 12 to the left, that would be 12. It means we want 12 to the right, because 12 plus 12 is 24. And then we'd label this, which is our fallen wheat grain. It's like a bar graph, but instead it gets split on either side. The next one was our field mice, because it's our next one of our next smallest, where we've got 8 kilograms, because otherwise it wouldn't be a pyramid. So 8 kilograms, we want to represent 8 kilograms, so we want, make sure it's the same height, 4 and 4 on both sides. and that would be my field mouse. And then on top of that, so here we need to draw two. So we've got red kites. So if you have a look, you'll notice that that gap represents 2. So halfway, since it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, which is there, would be 1. So I want to go from this line, which is 1, to this line, which is the other one. And that being red kites, which if you didn't know, was a type of bird. Okay. And that's it. It's just like a bar chart. It just has a pyramid. So treat it as a pyramid, build from bottom and up. Okay. So a couple of questions here. We've got questions on geography. There's questions. So we have a question here, which is a chemistry question, biology question again. There's a question on geography, and I want you to give them all a go. Thank you.